Welcome back to my backyard snack yard on a very blustery day here in Dorset, England. The sky looks deceptively blue out there because it's really cold, very windy, but we have to go out there because a parcel has just arrived for me and I'm so excited about it. I bought a few plants from this company and they always seem to be really good quality, but sometimes there's a lot of space to the top. It's a very, very tall box. It's hard to see just how tall it is, but it's very tall. It's nearly the same height as me. I guess this one is about 5'4" or something. Just a little bit shorter than me. So let's see how tall the actual plant is. Got my scissors here to open it up. I might just do that quickly. Oh my goodness, I've just spotted the most exciting thing about this tree, and that is, look at all these flowers. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is like too good to be true. So really quite frequently from other companies, not from this particular company, I've bought plants where the fruits turn out to not be what I'm expecting. So it's obviously a case of mislabeled plants. And when you get to actually try the fruits quite soon after buying the box, that's absolutely the best thing ever, because you can be sure of what you got. You don't have to wait for years and look after the plant for years and then find out it's not what you wanted. So, wow, it was completely covered in blossom. Oh, this is amazing. How fantastic. So let's look at the label. It is a red Williams pear. It is a patio one. You could get different size rootstock. This one I chose is Quince C. It's meant to be the smallest, so it's supposed to grow up to 3 to 5 meters tall. And I can of course keep it shorter as well by pruning it, but it's a red pear. This is something I've always thought would just be fantastic to have. I have a few pear trees in my garden. I have a duo pear, which produces conference pears on one side and Concord ones on the other. They're beautiful and so delicious, and they're European pears. And then I have Asian pear trees, 2 of those. One is called Nyaseki. That one's in bloom now. And then the other one is called Chojuro, and that one is just about to bloom now, and I'm really hoping it isn't mislabeled because neither of those Asian ones have fruited yet. So this one can cross-pollinate with both the European and the Asian pear trees, and it's obviously in flower at the same time as my other European ones, because this is a European one I should mention, and it is in bloom at the same time as the other ones. So I'm going to take it out and I will keep it in a pot for the foreseeable future, for the first year or 2 at least. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so distracted. It's so wonderful. It's so amazing. I just love when trees are in bloom. Look at this. Oh, I hope it's been pollinated. I imagine it has already. But I'm just hoping for a few fruits initially, just to be sure that it is what I've bought. And oh my goodness, it's so gorgeous. Let's get it all the way out of there before I keep on going on about it. But yeah, I'm going to put it down in a pot nearby the other European trees, and then they can just cross-pollinate to their heart's content. Oh wow, I'm so excited. A red pear. This is so much fun. So as it says here in the label, it's meant to be about 90 centimeters tall. It might be a meter. I can always measure it later if you want to be sure. But it just looks so beautiful. It's in a 4.5 liter pot here. And I'm going to put it into a good upsize pot soon. In a minute. Oh my goodness. I'm just taking it all in. These types of pears, the William pears, have a huge, really long history. They're really like a heritage pear, I guess. They can be traced all the way back to the 1700s here in England. Oh. So they've always been really popular, and they are called William pears here in Europe, but then when they were transported over to America, then the growers over there found them mislabeled, which is still a problem nowadays, And so they ended up naming them Bartlett after the gardeners over there, the gardener who was selling them, as far as I can tell. And so when it was finally discovered, like 30 years later, that the Williams and the Bartlett pears were the same ones, the Bartlett had already become really popular in America and the name had really caught on. And so this pear tree is called Bartlett in America and Canada, but over here it's still known as Williams pear. And this one here in particular is a red strain of that one. So it produces really beautiful red pears. And these pears have the really regular pear shape that you expect from a pear. If you look at other pears, some of them are more like droopy or just like not quite as the same. And also Asian pears are completely round like apples. But these ones look like proper pears you'd expect. They taste like proper pears because they've also been used a lot in canning and preserving. They're just like really well-known pear flavor that they produce. And they are just so beautiful. So let's go and take it down to the other pears. So we're in the little area where I have my Duo European pear tree right here, which is in beautiful bloom, or just beginning to open up now. The flowers are so pretty. It's just starting now, and it's actually right next to a goumyberry bush, this one here. It's a nitrogen fixer, so it really helps to feed all the plants around it, which is great for these fruit trees. And there are lots of wonderful flowers here to help attract bees. These ones are actually three-cornered leeks. So they're a type of garlic you can eat as well. And then there are some really lovely bleeding hearts over there and over here. There's all sorts of lovely flowers here. And we also have the Asian pear trees just over there. So all the trees can sort of pollinate with each other. Have lots of fun cross-pollinating. And this guy is also flowering for the first time. He's called Chojuro. He's supposed to be a really butterscotch-like Asian pear. And then, oh, this is Japanese quince. Such pretty flowers. So I have mixed up a bunch of compost here with some chicken manure pellets as well for extra goodness. And I'm going to get the tree now and pop him in here and then fill him up with more compost. And get him all settled in here right next to all the other pear trees. The last pear tree is over here, just further along. So here's the Chojuro right here. And then just past this big apple tree, we have the Nyasseki in full bloom as well. Another really wonderful Asian pear, also known as the 20th century pear. And it has flowered every year since I've had it for about 3 years now, but I haven't had a single fruit from it. So hopefully this year will be the year. Just hope it warms up a bit. It's really, really cold and blustery today, as you might be able to tell, all the wind. So if we look in there, it's going to fit so nicely into this pot. And then I can repot it in a little while. I'll just get it all filled in now before it gets tipped over by all the wind. Can you see him? Has a little pip in there. He's come out to check on us to see if we got any goodies for him. So sweet. Hi Pip. Hello. How are you doing? Are you sheltering from the storm? It's really blustery, isn't it? He's so cute. I'm sure he's going to come and inspect this area very soon. He's coming closer. So now that it's passed Pip's inspection, it's all ready. And hopefully all this wind will help pollinate these wonderful, beautiful flowers. I imagine some of them have already been pollinated by other trees at the nursery. I'm hoping so anyhow. But time will tell. We'll see what we get this year. But I'm definitely going to let the tree bear whatever fruit it chooses to bear, and hopefully that will be more than nothing. So we're hoping for a few fruits just to see what we've got, and to ensure that it is indeed a red Bartlett or red Williams pear. But wow, I'm so excited by this. This is so lovely. I'm going to go and water it in now. And hopefully it'll be happy in this pot for at least a year, if not longer. I mixed up a big batch of water-soluble feed called Afterplant. It's just supposed to make plants really settle in, not get any shock. Giving it a good drink there, and let's just hope for the best. Even though it is a very blustery day to be out and about. Hopefully it will be okay and be very happy here. So I will show you updates. I'm really hoping for some fruit this year. We'll see what happens. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me. Bye for now. One final little thought to add on here. When I was looking into whether or not I should get this tree, I came across such vastly different photos and images of how the fruit look. Some of them were quite crazy, quite metallic purple. Doesn't really look realistic. But if you're growing this tree, please let me know how you find it and what color the fruits are. I would love to hear from you. See you next time. Bye for now.